locker room to say we're not going to celebrate this one too much and have a business-like approach? Is that carried over the way you'd hope over the last
Yeah, I think the guys have been locked in these last couple days. Yesterday we didn't go too long or hard just because it was the day after a game. We went a little harder than we normally do because it was an early one. But we're back to early practices now with school back in session. Today we got them up and down as we always do after a lighter day. And, just a quick update on Juwan. He did some work mostly in the half court. So it'll be a day tomorrow where we'll test him a little bit more and shoot around and see where he is. But he did not get any up and down full court reps today, and where he's getting a little bit of extra work right now, non-contact, and then we'll see where he is. But he's doing significantly better than where he was even the last couple days, and obviously when it happened at Rutgers when he was in a boot and on crutches and putting no weight on it. So we feel good about where he is, but we want to be smart at the same time. So it'll be a game time decision with Juwan tomorrow.
Having had the benefit of looking at the film after the Northwestern game, did you see any common thread to the turnovers or anything you'd attribute those to?
We were playing in a crowd way too much, and it was over penetration, one extra dribble, trying to play in small spaces, trying to slip the ball into small gaps. We were just in too much of a hurry when we got into the crowd, and give Northwestern credit, they really ramped it up, but we had a lot of opportunities to make simple plays, and when we did, we got really good looks. When we had ball fakes, we got really good looks, and it's when you face pressure like that, really you should salivate, and you should be able to use that pressure against them if you play smart. And I just didn't think we played very smart when it came to our turnovers. When we did get a shot up, it was generally a pretty high quality look. I think we shot 55% overall from the field and 7 of 13 from three, and did a really good job of getting it into the paint early and in establishing that. So as the game went on in the second half, you looked at the first 12 minutes, we took really good care of the ball. And then the last 8, that's when we got sloppy, and some were just flat out unforced. Bryce had a one-hand pass on the perimeter that Barnheiser stole and got a layup that cut it to 1. And that was after a couple other possessions where we just, again, dribbled too much into a crowd. So, it's just about keeping your spacing, staying poised, using your ball fakes, and being fundamental. And, obviously we watched every one of those in the film session that next morning, but we're going to have to be better than that. You can't turn it over 18 times and expect to win. Now, we did a much better job in the glass, and we were plus 14 at a double-digit rebound advantage, and that helps make up for the turnovers. And the other thing we did, when we made simple, solid plays, we had 18 assists in that game, and I think 12 and 16 baskets in the first half. So, it's about just doing the things that make you successful. You don't have to go out there and hit home runs. You hit singles and make the right play, and generally good things happen.
Against a team like Ohio State, who's about as efficient as they come, how much more does that emphasize that need to value the basketball and make those smart decisions?
Yeah, it's going to be important. They've got great size and physicality, and that shows with their numbers. When you look at their analytics, they're top 30 in the country in offensive rebound percentage, and I'm sure I know they watched the film when we played Rutgers, and Rutgers gets 25 offensive rebounds on us. So we're going to have to do a better job early of going out there, similar to what we did against Northwestern, and controlling the glass. And if we do that, we're going to have a chance. If we give them a lot of extra shots, then it's going to be a hard game to win. But we have to handle their physicality. They do a great job with it. And it's not just their bigs. They got guards that have tremendous size, with Thornton, with Battle, and with Gale in their starting lineup. Those guys have great size and physicality, so it's going to be a 5-man effort. We can't just rely on our bigs. Our guards have to do a much better job of getting in there, joining the fight, and having better physicality to compete on the glass.
You guys did a good job on Bowie, but with Thornton, what's the key to trying to contain him a bit?
Yeah, and a totally different player than Bowie. Leading them in assists, leading them in points, leading them in steals. It all starts with him. He's doing a great job. He's made unbelievable progress. You can tell how much he's worked on his game, and he is so good at getting to his spot and using his body and creating space, and either knocking out his mid-range shot or rising up from three. So good finisher at the rim as well. He's a really, really complete player, and at 6'4", 6'5", 215, 220 pounds, puts a lot of pressure on your defense. So we're just going to have to do the best job we can, trying to keep him out of the paint and using physicality on him at all times. But he's a hell of a player.
You guys saw a lot of Battle last year. How much has he changed what Ohio State does, especially on offense?
Yeah, he's playing really good right now. He's knocking down his shots at a high rate, over 40% from three, and he's got great athleticism. And they're using him really well. I think Chris does a good job getting those guys going, getting those guys shot. So we know who he is. We played against him a lot, and you just can't let him get comfortable. You have to contest everything at the level. He's got great size at 6'7", and he's a good finisher in the paint with size and athleticism. So again, just biggest thing is Northwestern. We talked about it. Almost isn't good enough. We were almost there in the first 4 threes that they made, but not quite there to the level to run them off the line. And you absolutely have to do that with Battle.
In what ways have you seen Sam grow this year? In his second year in the rotation, and how it's gone for him.
Yeah, Sam gave us great minutes defensively, and when you look back at that game, that was the role that we needed him to play, was go out there and just play hard-nosed, tough defense. You saw that run that he went on against Purdue, which was so important at the end of the first half to open up a double-digit lead. And I think he had a steal and hit a three and had a really nice reverse layup in that stretch. But what Sam needs to give us consistently and on a daily basis is a really good defensive effort, and he has done that. I've been really proud of how he has gone out there and taken pride in his defense. And it's multiple guys. It's not just guarding the ball. It's guarding shooters and chasing and running them off the line. He's got a scrappiness to him that this team needs. He gets loose balls for us, and he's been hitting timely shots. The last year and a half. So I'm really pleased and been proud of what Sam has done for this team.
Marcus hit some shots the other day, but how have you seen him just adjust and handle the different things you've asked of him this year compared to last year?
I think the last 2 games have been 2 of his better games, even though he didn't didn't shoot it great against Rutgers. I thought he was very decisive in his play, and I thought he had really good pace getting us into our offense, especially those first 30 minutes. And then it was great to see him knock down those shots, hit both of his threes, hit a couple nice mid-range shots, got to the rim, and made solid plays for the most part. And that's what we need out of Jamarcus. I thought he was good defensively for us, except that last play when he tried to run through the 3-point line when we were up 6. But his last 2 games are something that he absolutely can build on. They're confidence builders for him, and he's been vocal in practice. I've been really pleased with how he's responded to a tough week before in the Iowa and whatever the other game we played that week was. But he's responded well.
Fred, the uptick offensively this year for your group, I think you're at almost 80 points per game. What can you attribute that to? Is it getting to the line, shot selection? What, in your opinion, what is it?
The thing I've been pleased with offensively, I think the unselfishness of this group, and that's the frustration for me with the turnovers. When you shoot 55%, you have to have as many opportunities and get a quality shot up every possession. And when we've done that, we've had really good, efficient offense. I think our movement has been really good this year, and we've been getting the ball side to side. The defense has been shifted. We've been playing inside out quite a bit and finding the right guys. When CJ gets it going, our guys have done a nice job finding him. When Casey gets it going, our guys have looked for him. Rink, when he's had his games, our guys have done a really good job finding him. Bryce, same way. So it's just been a really good, unselfish group that's had great balance. And it's not the same guy every night. We've had multiple guys that have the opportunity and the ability to get it going. Juwan's had a few of those games. Josiah leads us in scoring in the last one. And that's a great luxury to have when you have multiple guys out there that can make a play and make a shot. And we've tried to have good versatility with the skill set of the player that we're trying to get into this program. And I've really liked the way that our guys are playing on that end. And most of it's been because they've been unselfish.
That's for Coach.
Thanks, guys.